Okay, so as the autumnal light outside fades away, I've brought the, I've done all the chopping up I need to do. I've cut some pieces up at 70mm, which is the width of the sled, and some more 4.5cm bits that's going to make up the sides. I've taken some of the plans I've made, and I'll put a fold there where that's going to be the top. I've taken a little cut out so I can see where the centre line is, and I'll just line these bits up, just stick them down with a bit of spray mount. Now you can just about use anything just to paste it down. You can use a little Pritt stick or something like that. This is just to help mark out the positions. I could measure them, but why measure them when we've got a lovely piece of paper with everything on it? So you can see I can line up where the join is in the A4 sheets. Line up down here. So there we go. That's one bit. Of course, what I've done here is I've snipped out where the 14-inch one has to go, so I'll put that back, and I'll lock those off in a minute. Right, now this one, again I've made a fold just so I know where the top edge is. Now I'm hoping it doesn't have to be too accurate at this stage, because the accuracy is going to come when it all goes together. He says, not knowing whether it will or not. Okay, get stuck down in the right place. Move all this out of the way. Now I've cut several pieces because I'm going to be using them for another part of this build. Probably not in these videos, but in something else. It's a bit of a surprise coming to you. Oh, I've left my pencil behind to draw that. Straight edge out. Wrong side. See, I'm rushing now because I can see my battery is just about to go out on my camera. I'd like to try and get as much of this done without having to go and charge up again. Just snip all this off, or fold it out of the way. Come on, get out of the way. I'm going to snip it. And I don't actually need that bit anymore, because it's these points that are important. So I'm just literally just marking off where these holes want to be. I'm not drilling all the way through, I'm just drilling all the way through so I can mark up the second piece. Don't want to drill holes in my lovely table saw. Hope that's transferred through. Yay! Move that to one side. Grab my pencil. So this is a coach bolt I'm going to be using for the axle. I've drilled out these holes, pilot holes, so they fit in nicely, nice and snug. They're overlong, doesn't matter, cut those down if you want. Got a nice little thread going on there as well. Who needs bolts? Right, so I'm going to use the geometry of the table saw to help put this together all nice and square. I've taken one of the pieces, which is going to be the clamp to the table. This is going to go down the side. That's been clamped to the fence. And I've got another bit just here to rest this on while I line that up, push that up against there, so that's nice and square. It's 90 degrees. And I'm just going to mark off on the fence where it is, so the pilot holes can find their way through a lot easier. Now I like using these kind of screws quite a lot. They're actually plaster wall screws. They're very thin, they're very, very sharp, and they're super, super cheap. You know, especially if all you're doing is holding something together for gluing. The actual screw itself is not doing all the work. It's just a temporary thing. Great throwaway bit of kit. I mean, wood screws themselves aren't cheap. Right, now I've got some Gorilla Glue. It's a bit nippy out here in the shed. Probably could have done with warming this up first. Come on, there he comes. Now ideally what I don't want to do is get Gorilla Glue all over my fence. I could have put something down first, bit of paper to protect it, but I'll just clean it off as soon as I'm done. Now, a quick thing I'm going to do on the other side, so I'm just going to scuff that up a bit. Okay, that's one bit done. And I'll just leave that there. Nice. Here's an offcut from one of these lengths, so I'll use this at that end for the next bit. Alright, so them done. Nice. It's just a bit of acetone on a rag. Okay, so there's a wee little screw up, is I can't let this drop down because there's some plastic supports for just storing the fence. So that's, I just need to trim this off a little bit before that can sink down. So that now gives me the width of span, or the length the sled needs to be, which is, depending on whether you're using inches, it's 2 foot and 3/4 or 62.9 centimetres, which is what I will cut, 62.9 centimetres. Okay, so 62.9 centimeters. Remember, we can put an 18mm. Oh, I'm not going to use that bit because it's got a wobbly in it. So we can use 18mm chunks just for that to ride on. That's going to go there. Look at that, all fits together just perfectly, sort of. So now we've just got to glue and screw this together. It doesn't look like it's going straight at the minute. You've just got to remember that this is where the blade's going to cut through, and as long as the centre is in the right place, everything should be good. I will start at one end and then get the square out, make sure everything's all nice and neat. As you can see, there's not much room to swing a cat in here at the minute, so I'm going to move the camera out of the way so I can get in and do that. I would be doing it outside, but it's dark. You wouldn't be able to see anything. So that's the cradle sleddy thing, glued and screwed. I can now safely remove these blocks, I hope. Now let's just make sure it's square. What can I use? Oh, tell you what I could use. I could use my lovely fence. Yeah, so that's square, that's sitting square. Well, you can see my ugly face. So that looks like a job done for today. I'm just going to leave it, let this all glue up overnight. And then tomorrow I'm going to come back, I'll cut out the ends of the sled. And then let's see if we can cut some blocks. I'm going to go off inside. I think my next tutorial video I'm going to do is how to clean the kitchen and load the dishwasher. So till that video, see you later.